From my perspective as mayor, as long as anyone feels that they aren't included in their government, their community, their city, then we have an issue.
We're here at Anaheim at the National Grove, where Mayor Tom Tait's going to be delivering his first State of the City address since unrest engulfed the downtown in Anaheim last year.
During that time and since, there's been talk about two Anaheims. The differences between the hills and the flatlands, and the differences between the resort district and the neighborhoods. The people who feel that the city is divided also feel that they don't have a voice. From my perspective as mayor, as long as anyone feels that they aren't included in their government, their community, their city, then we have an issue. It is important for our reputation that there not be two Anaheims. But even more important, on a human level, it's just not right.
What's going to happen in Anaheim to connect this community back to the city, bring them back into the fold?
I think in any community, I think, where people want to maybe focus on that. Some people say there's also a very engaged community in Anaheim. And those groups that want to gain more involvement, they should either get involved with the neighborhood councils, they should get involved for nonprofits boards, get involved in the boards and commissions process of the city.
Do you expect to hear any solutions as far as bringing a community that seems to be disenfranchised back into the fold?
We're in the middle of that, so it's like I don't really have a comment on that yet. I think that's yet to unfold this year. I expect that we're going to get some positive things.
What kind of positive things?
I don't know that yet. That's the job of that group, is to come back to us with some positive recommendations.
Just down the road from Mayor Tait's State of the City address, a group of community activists are protesting the firing of City Attorney Christina Talley, a Latino. They say that the firing of a top Latina city official only widens the gap between two very divergent Anaheims that the mayor spoke about in his State of the City.
This is yet another example of that alienation of the Latino community, and basically that the City Council doesn't care.
Because I do believe, honestly, that this decision is an attack on the legal profession, on women, and more importantly, on the Latino community in Anaheim.
I think it's important that those communities that feel that they're disenfranchised get behind the candidate that they're looking for and really help them get elected. I think if they did that, they'd be much happier with who they have in office.
If you look at a map of the city, you'll find that since 1994, the majority of our city council members, including myself, have been elected from just one part of the city, Anaheim Hills. Money is important in all elections, both at-large voting. Money is even more critical, and fundraising becomes even more vigorous. I encourage my colleagues to give the citizens of our city the opportunity to vote on district elections. I think it reflects a basic American belief that the government closest to the people is the one that governs best.
Would council districts be a good solution to that problem?
We're watching the process just like anybody else. I don't know that there's been one proposed direction that makes all the sense in the world. I think that as this commission goes through and hears all the different pros and cons, we're anxious to see what their recommendations are.
My concern is that 20 years from now, some future mayor will read a story about Anna Drive in the summer of 2012 and be in the same position that I am today, looking back 2 decades and seeing no significant change. It is just sad that an entire generation has passed with no real improvements to the social challenges facing our most troubled neighborhoods. We need to ensure that all people in the community have the opportunity to raise their family in safe neighborhoods, have access to good jobs, and feel that they have a say in their government.